Hello everyone, I'm Landon Clauser. I'm a senior here in BIM, and here's the introduction portion of our CGT 412 final presentation for our capstone project.
I'm Michael Peterson. I'm also a senior in BIM.
I'm Tyson. I'm also a senior in BIM.
Hey everyone, I'm also a senior in BIM and my name is Christopher Marshall.
And our last member, Jacob Beebe, is not currently here right now. This is what we will be going over today. We will be talking about our client, our goal, the measure of success we determined for ourselves, our solution, the final deliverable we gave to them, what we learned, and future expectations for the project. So, our client. We decided to work with Shiel Sextant. We reached out to several different construction companies, but after discussing with them and the values they have for their company, we thought that our values align best with them. So they're an Indianapolis-based general contractor who completes work all around the country, including the Gateway Building or Dudley Hall here at Purdue. Our goal. We wanted to develop a pathway to export a Revit or Navisworks model to view in virtual reality. The engine we chose to use was Unity, and this was come to after much thought from the group.
So we had several methods to measure our success, the first of which was making a legible document that someone who has never touched or seen Unity or even any games engine or game development software come up with documentation so they can operate this and navigate it properly with little to no trouble. We also wanted to be able to take a model out of Revit or Navisworks, as we mentioned before, and make it openable. And because we chose Unity, that is why our documentation pertains to that. And lastly, we also wanted proper documentation to teach people how to not only navigate Unity, but also optimize a model in Unity. So our solution, we found a plugin for Revit that allows us to export .obj and .mtl files. These are files that Unity can in fact read, and that's why we chose it as the program. This plugin allowed us to create a workflow that operated in VR. So we could create a locomotion system. You could turn your head with using your controller or in real life. You could walk in real life, although it's not highly recommended for safety. And you could also teleport around the model, not just on the floor, but to beams and different pieces of mechanical or plumbing to really get in personal with any element you're trying to look at.
Okay. So for our final deliverable, we produced a 26-page document detailing everything, including how to install the proper software, extensions, and the plugins in order to implement this workflow into your daily use. We included optimization, troubleshooting, and best practices to help make it as easy as possible for the end user. We also gave an in-depth how-to guide, almost a 40-minute video on how to implement the VR once Unity is used. And we also did some testing and included some sample files to get it up and running, so mechanical, plumbing, architectural, to kind of get a feel for the different file types, how they run, and how to navigate through them. And we do feel we were able to deliver a successful product just because we hit all the markers that we set up at the beginning, and we were able to go even a little bit beyond that, so we feel we were pretty happy with our result.
So when it comes to learning new programs and plugins, there's always going to be hiccups, especially when it comes to implementing new workflows. So when we're learning how to use Unity for our virtual reality plugin, we had a lot of hiccups when it came to starting up the program, downloading, even implementing it into our Revit model and our class detection to show up in the first place. So VR currently is a great teaching tool, but it's not currently better than any other current method for coordination, especially for class detection as well as construction. It's best used for facility management as well as being useful for marketing purposes when it comes to what you can offer to a client, especially what you can offer to anyone who's interested in joining the field. When it comes to future expectations, of course, our Purdue professor, Dr. Sparkling, has shown interest in using VR with teaching current students in MEP coordination as well as CMT in the CMT department. In the industry, VR and AR are currently and as well as becoming very prominent when it comes to developing digital twins as well as coordination between digital twins. So this will be the best common workflow that we can think of at the moment, given the fact that we had little experience but coming together, putting together everything, as well as seeing to what we can accomplish with VR, especially the technology ever changing nowadays. I'm very excited to show that we are going to make a lot of changes in the construction engineering field.